do you do? Storyteller here, back with another journal. Now, you guys might have noticed, last week I did miss a journal. That's the first time since I started doing these journals that I did miss one, but I do have a good reason for it. We will get to that though, so we're gonna turn the clock back to last Monday. That would have been checking my calendar. Last Monday would have been not even last Monday, it would have been the previous Monday? I think it was the 8th? Thinking the 8th. We're gonna go with that. Okay, I think it was the 8th of October. Maybe. Yes, it was right after the last journal. Okay, so it was the 8th. Sorry, I'm so disorganized. But I do have a list of things. It's a very long list because we have 2 weeks to cover. But, the previous Monday, not last Monday, but the previous Monday, Midnight Drive-Thru came over. He installed now I'm gonna butcher this. It was a graphics chip in order to make my computer be able to process games at a faster rate of frames per second. So, like games like Fallout, I absolutely love Fallout. They would be slow, they would be laggy, they would be a little bit jumpy, a little bit, you know, any gamer who knows turning mechanisms, frame rate dropping, that sort of thing. The graphics card has helped with that, and he set up also a stronger Wi-Fi connection, which means not only does it mean better connection while playing games, all in preparation for the new Fallout game coming out, Fallout 76, if I'm not dyslexic, or whatever the numbers equivalent of dyslexic is. I'm bad with numbers, and I will make up whatever number in my mind that I feel like, but I think it's Fallout 76. We are in preparation for that. We're waiting for the release of it, and the graphics card install and the Wi-Fi install were both to help with that, because the Wi-Fi signal was so jumpy, it would disconnect and reconnect and disconnect and reconnect. It was an older system, but it worked. Like, I was so thankful for it. But this one now is laser fast speed, and you guys will notice, you probably won't notice, upload speed. YouTube. Videos upload so much faster now. Games download so much faster now. Online connections are consistent. The internet speed is so much faster. Everything is a highly functioning machine now. Like, it's awesome. And I can't begin to express how grateful I am. I touched on it a little bit in the video Chief and I made when we were talking about the Would You Rather quiz, but I didn't actually get to dedicate my attention to saying thank you so much for doing that. And the reason you didn't hear this from me last Sunday is because I think it was 2 days after that, so it would have been, I believe, Wednesday. I got really ill, but not like sick. I wasn't sick. I didn't know what was going on. I was in pain, like stomach pain. I was just in a lot of like lower abdomen pain. I didn't know what was going on, and I woke up, I believe it was on Wednesday. I woke up and I was in agony. I tried to get up. My lower stomach felt like it was in knots. I could barely move. We went to the clinic. We had to wait 2 hours in the clinic before we could finally find out what was going on. And it turns out I have had a kidney infection. I got prescribed a heavy antibiotic, heavy prescription strength pain reliever. I had 4 different types of medicine I was taking, but I'm sitting there in the nurse's office, and I know her. She's a friend of mine, but I know her, and she's looking at me, and I'm rocking back and forth, just trying to ease the pain. She's like, rate your pain on a scale of 1 to 10. I'm like, it's probably a 6 or 7. I said some lower number. She's like, you must have a very high pain tolerance, because, like, she did infection tests. She confirmed there was an infection. Now, she consulted, because my symptoms were a little bizarre. She consulted with her doctor, and her doctor insisted that I take a pregnancy test. Haha! And let me put your mind to ease right now, I am not pregnant, because my woman is on the other side of the country. And that would be quite impossible. Quite impossible. So, in other words, not pregnant. But it's really funny because regardless of how many times I had to insist that I am absolutely, positively, 100% certain that I am not pregnant, they still had to take the test just to be sure. So that was funny. I'm like, oh, he would kill me. I would die so fast. But yes, so kidney infection, which I got a doctor's note for 4 days to recover, but the prescription I was on, I was drugged. I was absolutely out of it, nauseous, but a few days into it, I believe it was on Saturday, so it went from Wednesday to Saturday, I was feeling a lot better, I was taking less of the medicine, feeling less drugged. I go out, I'm trying to spend a day out because I hadn't seen the sun in ages, I've been stuck in the house recovering. I go out shopping, I'm feeling great, I get back and I'm just in agony again, I'm like doubled over in complete just pain. So I had to take more of the medicine, and I've been recovering now. Like I'm better now. Like I don't feel the pain. I'm good. I think the infection's gone. I haven't finished the prescription, quote unquote, finished it, but I don't think I'm gonna take anymore because I am back to work now. I went back to work this Monday, and I worked a 6-day week. This week I am only working 4 or 5 days. I have an option to work the 5th day if I come in voluntarily, but I'm only scheduled for 4 days this week, which is unheard of. I've been working 6 days for a while now, but I worked 6 days this week. So all the way through that time, I was so disoriented, drugged up for a week. That's why I missed it. That's what I was leading to, is that's why I missed the journal, is that day I was drugged, I was sedated, I was just completely out of it. And all through that time, Chief has been talking to me. He's been making sure I'm drinking water, making sure I'm eating, making sure I'm taking my medicine, making sure I'm not going to work because I wanted to. I'm like, I can't miss this many days. I don't want to miss this many days. Making sure I'm not going to work and just taking care of me. He's been reading to me over FaceTime just to relax me, and it's great. He's been mothering me, really, but I love it. He's the absolute best. He's such a sweetheart, and I'm so thankful for him. He has been looking after me this whole time, and I'm probably doing a lot better now because of how much he has been mothering me, because chances are I would have gone back to work, I wouldn't have taken my medicine, and I'd probably be in the hospital. So thank him for that not being the case. But yeah, but on Saturday, the day I was feeling better, I was supposed to go back to work because my time was my doctor's note only covered until Saturday. And I was out and about, I was feeling great, but then I got home, I'm in pain, and I got high fever, which to anybody else, a fever would be like, 103, 105. I have a very low natural body temperature. I average 94, 95 degrees for my body temperature. That's just how I am. So seeing a number like, I think it was 99, it got up to 100, I think. Seeing that number wouldn't be a big deal to anybody else. That's still normal. To me, that's a high fever. So it almost got to the point where I was going to go to the ER, but I knew it was an infection, and I knew how to take care of it. I knew I needed antibiotics. I'm drinking herbal teas. I'm doing everything I possibly can. I cut caffeine out of my diet for a complete week, which that was hard. I'm like a Red Bull addict. I drink I have the hiccups. I drink double shot espresso. I drink hot coffee at night. Yes, I'm a night coffee drinker. I drink black coffee at night. It relaxes me. But I have so much caffeine in my system. I've been trying to cut out soda anyway, but soda is included in that mix. But it was difficult. I haven't gone a week without caffeine in a long time, and that was really hard. But Chief was on my back, making sure I'm not doing it, because that can hurt an infection, that can hurt your kidneys, and if I'm already having trouble, I don't want to do that. But yeah, so we can, in addition to, my parents were great, they've been looking after me, but my mother went away over the weekend to a wedding out in another state, and she wasn't here. She wasn't here to look after me, didn't know what was going on. My dad works all day, so I'm here by myself all day, and Chief has been looking after me, even over FaceTime, still just making sure I'm okay, making sure I'm water, food, blah, medicine, blah, sleep, 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 sleep. I don't like to do that, especially if I'm loopy on medicine. I don't like to sleep. I would stay up talking, I would stay up drawing, playing video games. There's tons of things I could be doing. But he knows when I need to sleep and how to get me to sleep, so I'm thankful for that. And I appreciate you, Chief. Anyway, recovery. So yeah, as I started to recover, I wanted to do something to kind of mark my recovery and be like, oh, celebrating that, so new color. So we went back to black. We're back in black. I actually don't know how that song goes. That's like the only line I know. But yes, dyed it back to black. I'm getting a lot of mixed signals on it. Half people love it black. They're like, oh, it looks so great. It looks more natural. It's more you. It's better for your skin tone. Half people hate it. They're like, I liked the blonde so much. Why did you change it? Oh, the blonde was so nice. The blonde, oh, it was so fun and all the colors and blah, blah. I'm like, why don't I hear this when I have the hair color or when I have the style? It's only when I change it do I find out that people like it. But that's okay because I actually really like the black, and I like the shaved sides. Like, that's something I didn't do last time I had black hair, is do the shaved sides. I really like it. Again, I'm getting a lot of negative feedback on it, but I like it. That's what matters, right? As long as I'm comfortable with it, as long as I think it suits me. I think the darker is better for my skin tone. Just because the blonde/white, because a lot of people called it white, was so striking against my very pale skin. It looks sickly. I kept saying I look like an albino. It's cool. I mean, I like that, but I look like an albino. So I think the dark hair is just a bit more natural. It's a bit softer. Even though the shaved sides are very edgy, I think it just works better. But I'm not done experimenting. I mean, you guys know I'm constantly changing my hair. So chances are I will be changing it again soon. Whatever that may be. It might be the style, might be the color, I might do something completely different, throw you guys all off. I don't know. I don't know what I would do, but this isn't permanent. That's why I'm okay to play with it all the time. That's why I'm okay to go buzz the sides. Let's see how it looks. Because I know nothing is permanent. It'll grow back. I mean, as long as I don't completely bleach it and make it all fall out, it'll grow back. So whatever happens, I can keep playing with it. Keep having fun with it and experimenting to find out what I like. And as long as I like it at the end of the day, that's really all that matters. Because what other people say doesn't matter. Let's see. Work. Okay, work. There's a new girl. Really getting on my nerves. As a rule, I just don't like women in general. I've never gotten along with girls. Even from my youth, I never got along with other girls. I've always gotten along well with guys. But this girl in particular really grinds my gears. She grinds my gears. Because she comes up to me and she's with our boss, and the boss friendly, he's energetic, blah blah blah. I think her name is Jasmine or something like that. This is Jasmine, blah, here she's starting in this area department. She's like looking around, not looking at us as she's being introduced. And I walk up to her, I'm like, hi, my name is Rebecca, your name is Jasmine, right? She's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. I pull out my hand to shake her hand. She doesn't shake it, she looks at it. Yeah, did I leave that part out? Yeah, she didn't shake my hand. Looked at it, she's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, we're gonna have problems. Okay, that's how it's gonna be. But I was cool. I just stepped back, I'm like, okay, that's how it is. You'll learn down in here. You want to make as many friends as you can because they're going to cover your butt. Whenever you make a mistake, whenever you want to go run off, take a little break, whenever you want to disappear for a little while, your friends will cover you. They got your back, but you make enemies down there? They'll be like, I haven't seen her in hours. Yeah, she's been kind of skipping out on us. They'll throw you right under the bus. That's how it is. That's why you make as many friends as you can with everyone. Make friends with everyone, even if you don't like them. Pretend to be their friend. I know that sounds so shallow. But in particularly a warehouse, where word of mouth is important, where managers rely on what other people are saying, you want to make as many friends as you can. You don't want to be snubbing me. I'm the only other girl in that department. You don't want to make an enemy of me. That's a bad idea. Because a lot of these guys down here know me longer. I'm friends with them. We're cool. You go against me, you're probably going against them. And that's how it is. A lot of them already don't like her. And I can see why. She's rude. She snubs people. She's walking around. People are working. People are unloading chutes. She's looking up at the ceiling, looking down at her phone. She's watching people drive by on the fork trucks. I get being new. I get not knowing what you're supposed to do, but make an effort. Say, hey, what can I do to help? Or, oh, wow, what is that thing that you're doing that confuses me? Maybe you can teach me. No, she's like she could not be more bored. Like, did you actually want this job? Because you ain't gonna last if you keep doing that. Especially if you keep being a jerk. I'm in the locker room. I'm getting my bag out of my locker because I'm going on break. And I've got my water bottle next to me. And she walks up. Her locker is like 2 over and 3 up from mine. So she's standing over me. I'm all the way on the ground. My locker is on the bottom level on the ground. So I'm crouched down on the ground. Water bottle's next to me. She walks up. She goes up to her locker. She kicks over my water bottle. She goes, oops. 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 Doesn't pick it up. Won't look at me. Just goes, oops. Kicks it. It goes rolling. I mean, I'm not even talking like just falls over. I'm talking, it goes rolling across the locker room. Oops. Like, we're not cool. We ain't cool. We ain't cool. I'm like, that does not fly. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you're from, because that's a big thing around here, is we're right in between 2 big city areas. Like, there's 2 major cities, and the warehouse is right between them. So there's a lot of conflict over what city you're from, and that does cause problems. But I don't care where you're from. I don't care if we're both girls and we're supposed to hate each other. I don't care if we both hate our jobs. I don't. I like my job, but I don't care if we both hate our jobs. I don't care if we both work a crappy night shift that's hard. I'm doing the same job as you. I'm working harder. I've been here longer. You're gonna be all miserable. You're gonna snub me and pretend to be better than me? Not shaking my hand, not introducing yourself, not making friends, just gonna wander around, not work. And you're expecting me to just be okay with this? I don't mean to be negative. I don't mean to be all throwing hate onto you or anything like that. It's just, if you're going to come into an environment where I'm already working, where we're working hard, all of us are working hard, you're going to slack off, and then you're going to act like you're better than us? That doesn't fly. You really have to have a little humility. You have to be willing to work. You have to be willing to work with people. You have to get to know people. You have to make friends. You gotta make friends. Even if you hate them, you have to make friends with them. Because you want them on your side against everything else. There's a lot of crap that happens in a warehouse. You want people on your side. Okay, rant over. Also, we had a fire drill the other day. I forget what day it was. It was freezing out, by the way. I had on, because in the warehouse it's really warm. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of breathing, there's a lot of exercise. It gets warm in there. But I've got this t-shirt, I've cut the sleeves off, I've got shorts on, I've got sneakers, and the fire drill, we have a fire drill. We all go outside, it's freezing outside. But I'm trying to be tough, I'm trying to be like, yep, not shivering, just gonna stand here. And people in sweaters, they're like, you're making us look bad. I'm like, no, trust me, I'm cold. I'm tough. I'm cold, but I'm tough. So, we ran outside. We all made it out in like 6 minutes, which is good because we have a lot of people in the warehouse. But it's all outside and had to go through a gate and stuff. I'm like, you couldn't have warned us that we were going to do this? I mean, I would have brought a sweater. But yeah, so that was fun. Let's see. Oh, and of course, Chief and I were having fun with the Southward Angel Wandering Knight, and I keep getting mixed responses on what to call him. I called him the Lonely Chicken, I think, last time. Now I'm getting told to call him the Taco. Now I don't know. Whatever you want me to call him, whatever he wants to be called, he, Wandering Knight, and Southward Angel, Chief and I were messing with them because we're so lovey-dovey and we love to get on their nerves about it with them, so we get overly affectionate in front of them to the point where we're trying to make them, like, nauseous because of us, which is hilarious, and I love it. I'm a lovey-dovey person too, so I like to be all, oh, no, you're cuter, no, you're cute, type of thing, but doing it in front of them makes it that much more satisfying because hearing their responses, they're like gagging, pretending to puke, sighing, and just absolutely hating us, and I loved it, so that was a lot of fun. Anyway, I'm trying to end this on a positive note because I know I went on a big rant there. I didn't mean to do that. It just comes out sometimes, but I do want to end this on a positive note because I do want these journals to be something that you guys look forward to and you want to hear from me, not just to hear me rant about people at work. So, sorry about that, but at least you guys got to hear some of my thoughts on that. So, on that, let's try to end it positive. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!